Hello my lovely people, you're welcome back to my channel. I greet you according to your time and according to the time you're seeing this video. How are you doing? I hope you are doing great. We are still on the gist from the palace of Ooni of Ife. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. My God will continue to bless you. My people, Dr. Elizabeth have find trouble because say she enter Ile-Ife kingdom as Ooni of Ife's wife. Na wahala wey she dey so, short big trouble, because dis Oloris wouldn't let her be too. The way they are fighting Queen Naomi is the same way they are fighting her. Why? Because she decided to stand by the truth. You know, say for this country, will I use this country or for this world? It's the same. If you say the truth, they go say may they bring you, may they kill you because say you said the truth. So Dr. Elizabeth entered the palace and find out that without Queen Naomi, Ooni of Ife will not be happy. And she tries everything possible to help Ooni of Ife to bring back Queen Naomi. And because of the fact that she is not fighting Queen Naomi the way the other Oloris are fighting her, she now become the enemies of other Oloris, especially Ronke, Mariam, and Ashley. They now look for, in short, if they see anything that they will do to Dr. Elizabeth now, they go do am to her. Because according to what we heard that they are ganging up against Dr. Elizabeth. They are planning evil against her as I'm talking to you right now. Why? They said that Dr. Elizabeth is the brain behind Ooni of Ife, telling them to leave the palace. That if not for Dr. Elizabeth, that they would have relaxed in the palace and enjoyed their palace and enjoyed their marriage in Ooni of Ife's kingdom in that same palace. They wouldn't have been running helter-skelter looking for how to leave the palace. That is because of Dr. Elizabeth that made Ooni of Ife to tell them to leave the palace. But it's not true. It's not because of Dr. Elizabeth. Dr. Elizabeth married Ooni of Ife the way they married her. The way they married Ooni of Ife too. And she's in the palace because she knows what it means to live peacefully. And one thing I noticed in Dr. Elizabeth is that her mother raised her very well. And according to the alleged information which we heard that her mother is a good person. And you know, there's no how a lizard will will give birth to a snake, or a rat giving birth to something that is not like rat. You see? So a snake will always give birth to a snake. I've never seen a pawpaw bearing mango fruit. So you cannot give what you don't have. It is that thing that you have that you will implant in your children. And because Dr. Elizabeth's mother trained her very well, and while she was coming into the palace as whichever wife, is this sixth wife or seventh wife, when she was coming there, I know that her mother might have warned her, telling her that, see, you are going to the palace not to compete with anybody. You are going to this palace to marry your husband, to love your husband, to support your husband. If you see anything that will make your husband to be happy, try and do it so that your own happiness will be too. Because one thing I notice in marriage is that if you are not happy, if it is a man that cares, he too will not be happy. And if it is a woman that cares, if the husband is not happy, she too will not be happy. Yes. But in a situation whereby the woman doesn't care, the husband can go to hell, she doesn't give a damn. As in the case of Oloris and the Ooni of Ife now. Because they don't care. They don't give a damn if Ooni of Ife is doing well, if he's happy or not. All they want is themselves. Themselves is what they want. So that is why, because they have seen that Dr. Elizabeth is not their type. And Dr. Elizabeth cannot play that kind of game they are playing with them. So they are now fighting her. Okay, remember recently they said that Dr. Elizabeth one day complained of how Ooni of Ife have not been taking care of her. And the Mariam started blasting her, asking her, "Oh, I thought you have been pretending as if all this thing that is happening, that you are happy with it. So why are you now complaining?" Ha, my people, oh. And Dr. Elizabeth decided to leave the palace. And these people, they weren't begging her not to leave the palace. Ooni of Ife's brother, according to what we heard, though, they weren't begging her to not to leave, because now that QueenNaomi have not returned to the palace, if Dr. Elizabeth leaves the palace, Ooni of Ife will not be happy. And these Olories are asking, why did Dr. Elizabeth self even decide to marry Ooni of Ife, knowing fully well that he is a polygamist already? And why is she complaining? Because just because Dr. Elizabeth complained, no. All this while that they have been complaining, Dr. Elizabeth never asked them any question. No. Nobody disturbed them because they ask question before when they are complaining. But just because Dr. Elizabeth complained just once, they now want to tackle her like say she no be member of that family. My people, oh, I don't know what is happening. So, but one thing I noticed now is that they say that allegedly that this Olories, Ronke, Mariam, and Ashley, that they are planning against her, saying that they must punish her in this palace, that they will treat her the way she would not like. I know, as in, all this plan they are making self, it can only be effective if they go to their babalawo and collect one thing, and if God allows it to happen. Because they may even go there to collect one thing or the other to do to Elizabeth, but God will not allow such a thing to happen. So they are making mouth saying that they will gang up against her, they will do her this, do her that, blah 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 blah. I don't just know what is their problem. They are not fighting only Dr. QueenNaomi. This time around na Dr. Elizabeth. Is it because QueenNaomi no gree them fight again? Because the thing where they fight for QueenNaomi too much. The God where they fight for QueenNaomi too much. People that love QueenNaomi so much. It's so many. They found out that they cannot fight QueenNaomi now. They now turn back to Dr. Elizabeth, saying that Dr. Elizabeth is the reason why Ooni of Ife want them out of the palace. Which kind of wahala be that one? Who knows Mariam, Ronke, and Ashley? May they go warn them more. May they go warn them, because may they leave this lady alone. What they're asking is why did Dr. Elizabeth agree to marry Ooni of Ife, knowing fully well that Ooni of Ife have married so many wives, and she said that she have money. Why don't her use her money and buy a husband for herself? They themselves, did they use their money to buy Ooni of Ife? Anyway, they may use their money, but Dr. Elizabeth, marriage doesn't work like that. You may have money, but you want happiness, you want to relax, you want a relaxed mind. You cannot use your money to buy husband now. It's man that proposed to women, not to a woman. No be woman they propose to man. And Ooni of Ife proposed to Dr. Elizabeth, and Dr. Elizabeth accepted because he loves Ooni of Ife. Anyway, and she's showing that love, oh. Not those people that have not been showing enough love. Can't they make noise? Thank you so much for listening. Bear in mind that I are alleged information. Love you guys. Bye.